She wanted an open relationship with her best friend, but I left instead. Now she's shocked. My girlfriend and her best friend have been friends for almost their entire adult lives. Apparently, they've had threesomes with previous partners, on both their sides. Now, I didn't know about any of this until recently. About a week or so before everything blew up, my girlfriend casually mentioned it. Then she asked me if I'd want something like that with her and her friend. This might be where I messed up, but my immediate answer was, no. I'm never doing that. I'm very monogamous. And honestly, the idea of being shared, or sharing someone, just grosses me out. I don't think it's morally wrong or anything. It's just not for me. Well, apparently my girlfriend told her best friend what I said. And now the best friend is offended. My girlfriend thinks I should apologize to her friend. But I really don't think I did anything wrong. Sure, maybe I could have used softer language. But it's not like the best friend even heard what I said directly. Update, March 11th, 2024, 2 days later. Hello everyone. I figured I should post an update after all the advice you gave me. So to start off, I had a talk with my girlfriend and cleared some things up. I told her I wasn't sorry for my decision or my reaction, but I made it very clear it had nothing to do with her friend specifically. I told her it didn't matter who she suggested, it would have still been a no. Something I didn't think about, but many of you pointed out. What would happen if her friend asked her for a threesome with her boyfriend? Her friend's single right now, so it's not a current issue, but I asked anyway. She said, I think it would be cool, my previous boyfriends were okay with it. But then she paused. She said after seeing my reaction, she now knows I wouldn't approve. Then she asked me, why don't you want a threesome with 2 women? I told her, because I don't like the idea of having sex with anyone but you. I asked, do you need to have a threesome to be satisfied? She tried to dodge the question. Said something like, I mean, they're just fun, you know. It's kind of become a habit by now. I told her, it's a yes or no question. She still wouldn't give me a straight answer. That's when I realized our sexual needs are just too different. So, I broke up with her. I'm sad. Out of all the things that could have caused a breakup, this was it. Me not wanting to sleep with someone other than my girlfriend. And before you ask, no, the friend wasn't ugly. That's not what this was about. Relevant comments. Question: what was your girlfriend's reaction when you broke up with her? A. She was upset. Confused. She said, that makes no sense, for a guy to turn down sex with 2 girls. And even less sense to break up over it. More from OP. I'm a demisexual, I think that's the term. I only feel sexually attracted to people I have an emotional connection with. Question: do you avoid relationships with other women altogether? A. No. I mean, even demisexuals still get attracted to strangers at the bar sometimes. But that doesn't mean we're gonna cheat on our partners. Attraction doesn't equal action. Final thoughts. No, you're not the a-hole, OP. Who knew saying, no thanks, to a threesome could lead to a breakup? But hey, different strokes for different folks. And if your strokes involve sticking with one person at a time, more power to you. Kudos to you for standing by your values. Sometimes it's better to be alone than to compromise who you are. Here's hoping your next relationship involves a lot fewer threesomes, and a lot more mutual respect. What do you think? Was Opie right to break up with his girlfriend? Or should he have been more open-minded? I had an affair after years of neglect. I tried to confess, and it couldn't have gone worse. I've tried talking. Tried to address the lack of affection. But there's been no improvement. This caused a lot of issues. We get along, we don't fight, but I've felt unsatisfied. Resentful, even. Basic affection is almost non-existent. And when we do have sex, it's just about him getting off. A coworker, 44M, started lightly flirting with me last year. At first, it was just passing conversations. Then talking turned into flirting. Eventually, in January, we crossed the line. From there, it was an on and off affair. Obviously, it wasn't the right thing to do. Last week, I told the coworker it was over. I'm now trying to fix my marriage. Reconciling. Moving forward. It's terrifying. But necessary. I guess I just wanted to let this out. Didn't want to make it too long, but I'll answer questions if they come in. One question stood out. Have you given your spouse agency? Does he know you've cheated? Relationship problems are 50-50. But affairs? They're 100% on you. A dead bedroom is a reason to leave. Not to cheat. They were right. If you're having intimacy issues, you work it out with your partner. You don't bring in a third person to scratch your itch. Update. My confession, 38F, couldn't have gone any worse. To recap. I had an affair with my coworker, 44M, after years of living in a dead bedroom with my husband, 42M. We've been married for 10 years. The last 4? We felt like roommates. No affection. Rare sex. And when there was sex, it was emotionless. Mechanical. Just for him. I cried. Begged him to come to counseling. Begged him to even talk about it. He brushed it off. Always. And eventually, I gave up. That's when the affair began, earlier this year. I'm not excusing what I did. Just giving context for how far things had fallen. So I decided to tell him. I finally accepted that our marriage wouldn't get better, that I had been clinging to false hope. I needed to own up. I wrote 2 letters. *1 was detailed. *the other skimmed over everything. I planned to let him choose which one he wanted to read. That was the plan. It didn't go as planned. I told him I needed to talk. Said it was important. He said, "Okay, in a minute." He was outside tinkering with his motorcycle. I didn't push, I was so nervous. When he came in, he plopped down on the couch and turned on the TV. I approached again. "We need to talk. It's important," he said. "What do you want?" "I'm watching TV," I said. "Please, this can't wait," he replied. "Can it wait?" I walked off. An hour passed. I went downstairs, and he was gone. I called and asked, "Where are you?" He said, "I went to my friend's place." I asked, "Why would you just leave when I said we needed to talk?" His reply, "Geez. Relax. We can talk later." I hung up. Started packing. I've been brushed off so many times during this marriage. And I was done. I called my best friend. She knew everything. She had even tried talking to him for me in the past, when I felt neglected. She said I could stay with her. So that became the plan. He got back while I was still packing. "What the hell are you doing?" he asked. I said, "I'm leaving." "What the hell is your problem?" That's when I lost it. I never yell. But this time, I did. I screamed. "I'm fing done. I'm done being your fing roommate. I'm done begging you to show affection. I'm done begging you to talk to me. I'm done trying to fix things by myself. Geez, you're so dramatic. Heaven forbid I can relax for a bit. All you do is relax. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I won't be bugging you anymore. God, what is it now? Don't worry about it. You never worried about it. I've laid next to you, crying my eyes out, begging for you to give a damn. To hold me. To kiss me. To hug me. Hell, to F*** me. Consistently. I begged you to go to counseling. To do anything that would show I'm not in this alone. Oh, here we go. Boo-hoo. If you're so unhappy, how about you go find someone else to screw around with? I have. Since January. Are you serious? Oh, now you care? Now that someone else has been doing what you were supposed to be doing? Now you care? The screaming continued. Eventually, I just told him everything. No letters. No choice. Just raw words. I never yell. But in that moment, I did. And it was the first time in years that I felt heard. Update: I lost it. And then I lost everything. This wasn't just about one argument. It was years of frustration, triggered by being brushed off yet again. While we were still arguing, my best friend showed up. She grabbed my bags, and we left. I was still going off in the car, ranting, spiraling, the entire ride. And when we got to her place, I fell to my knees and started screaming. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I wanted. Over and over. I just completely broke down. Because the truth is, this really wasn't what I wanted. I was so unbelievably happy when we got married. We were so in love. I don't know when or why it changed. But at this point, it didn't matter. It was dead. And I helped kill it. That night, my hope died too. People always ask, why didn't you just leave? The answer? Hope. As silly as it sounds, I held on to this belief that things could change. That maybe, somehow, we'd get back to how we were. Even when it was unrealistic. Even when he didn't try. I still hoped. And that hope kept me stuck in a place where I felt guilty, but also unloved. Neglected. Brushed aside. Pushed away. That resentment? It ran deeper than I ever realized. My best friend just held me while I cried. Eventually, I passed out. I was emotionally spent. Sick to my stomach. Shaking. I had been so nervous about the argument, but after that? There's no coming back. The next morning, I went back to the house to grab the rest of my stuff. He made some passive-aggressive comments. I ignored them. I told him, I'm staying with my friend. Permanently. But I'll continue paying my half of the bills until things are settled. Because no, I'm not heartless. It would be unfair to leave him with everything. He said. You're probably staying with some guy. I just responded. Whatever. Bye. The reality is, I should have left a long time ago. But instead I stayed. And became something I never wanted to be. Saying, just leave, is easy, until it's you in the situation. This was supposed to be forever. But it wasn't. So yeah? That's my update. I'm sorry if it's long. Or triggering. But this is my reality now. Community feedback. Top comment. OP, I get it. Leaving rather than cheating sounds easier, but most people cheat because it's the path of least resistance. Still, your affair partner was married. Even if separated, he's still married. Now it's a crap's hell for everyone involved. I hope you choose your next steps more carefully. Second comment. Not saying what you did was right, but when you tell someone you need to talk and they brush you off for the TV, that says a lot. Neither of you were happy. It's probably better this way. Try to move on. Third comment. Here's my issue. You said it was easier said than done to just leave. But the same confrontation you had when confessing the affair? You should have had that before cheating. Now you've got the cheater label, and he'll tell everyone you left him for another man. If he finds out who the affair partner is, he might even tell his wife. You didn't just wreck one marriage, you might have wrecked two. Ah yes, the classic blame game. Because the best way to handle a failing marriage is clearly to treat it like a round of hot potato. Just toss the fault around and hope it lands anywhere but on you. Who needs introspection and self-awareness when you can just keep pointing fingers? Final thoughts. You were neglected. Unfulfilled. Lonely. You hit a breaking point. That much is clear. But cheating isn't a solution. It's a symptom of deeper things. And once it happens, it becomes your burden too. You didn't do the right thing. But you're not the only one who did wrong either. Now that everything's in the open, the only way forward is through honesty. Real, painful honesty, with yourself, and everyone involved. So, what do you think? Is Opie a villain? A victim? Both? Neither? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode of Real Confessions. See you next time.